President Joe Biden announced he is sending in 6,000 more troops to Afghanistan to assist in the evacuation of personnel and Afghan allies. Kern County Public Schools won't require social distancing or mask wearing outside, but they will require masks indoors. Here on Capitol Hill, there's a push to confront climate challenges head on. To tackle the opioid problem on a federal level, Congressman Kevin McCarthy says start at the border. The Treasury Department has a $42 billion fund to help her pay her rent. Families rely on U.S. Department of Agriculture school meal programs that end this month. But food benefits can continue through SNAP.
I didn't love myself, and I didn't love anybody. All I cared about was what I can get.
Drug use and overdose deaths, especially from extremely potent fentanyl, are increasing across the nation.
There's a rise in opioid coming into our country by more than 300%.
Carlos Baldovino of the Mission Kern County has seen the influx firsthand.
We have seen a significant increase of folks that have gone through opioid abuse.
He blames the pandemic.
They were just isolated by themselves without going to work, without having social interaction, that they turned to drugs and alcohol to soothe the pain.
Former opioid addict Chris Lee agrees.
Isolation, depression, fear of not knowing what's going to come next, then the sickness itself.
The AP reports drug smuggling has almost doubled since 2019. To tackle the opioid problem on a federal level, Congressman Kevin McCarthy says start at the border.
What's happening here is people are having greater opportunity to get it based upon the border being open.
Although crossings of the U.S. border from Mexico have been limited during the pandemic, drugs like heroin and fentanyl continue to infiltrate.
I plead that we can have more education in what the opiate addiction does to not only a person's self, but to their families.
Reporting from Washington, Sierra Ryder, 17 News. Record high heat and extreme drought are big climate change worries in the Bakersfield region.
Primarily to the agricultural sector, I would say are going to be one of the hardest hit communities.
Because Lake Mead and the reservoirs that serve California are running low, farmers are being cut back on water. John Moore is a Kern County farmer who grows carrots and potatoes.
If you're a row crop grower, you're limiting the amount of row crops that you're going to be growing for your fall crop.
Here on Capitol Hill, there's a push to confront climate challenges head on. LA area Congresswoman Judy Chu is part of the effort.
There's no question from the heat waves and drought besieging the West to the hurricanes and flooding in the East that this summer represents a tipping point. We can no longer deny the consequences of climate change.
It's a management error as well as a drought.
With hot summers as far as we can see, long-term solutions are the key, according to climate researcher David Simmerall.
Producers and farmers are going to have to change their farming practices in order to grow crops that are more suitable for a drier, warmer environment.
Finding more ways to store water may be part of the federal infrastructure bill. As for the average citizen, Governor Newsom is calling on Californians to voluntarily cut their water usage by 15%. Reporting from Washington, Sierra Ryder, 17 News.